flowers for restoring our dignity. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. For this nation, Liberia. Mama Ellen, thank you. Mama Ellen, thank you. Mama Ellen, thank you. I remember when you took the man to our leadership in 2006. Everything was apart and the center couldn't even hold. We want to thank you, mama, for putting our pieces back together. Oh, thank you, mama, for giving us sense of direction. Oh, thank you, mama, for restoring our dignity. Oh, thank you, mama, for peace and security. Oh yes, thank you, mama, for bringing back our integrity. How can we let you go? Never say how happy we are. How can we let you go, mama? We're more appreciating you. Oh, mama, can we let you go? We're celebrating with you. Mama Ellen, thank you. Mama Ellen, thank you. Mama Ellen, thank you. We cannot name all the good things you have done, but we will try to mention few of them. Thank you for the road from Borovia to Picana. Thank you for the road from Kakata to Beaumont. Thank you for the road all the way to Nima County. From Nima County, from Kanda all the way to Kinibora. Thank you, mama. Thank you for the bridges. We want to thank you for providing opportunity within the private sector, mama. Thank you for electricity. Thank you for the hard road. We want to thank you for improvement in the education sector, mama. Community college in most counties in Liberia. Thank you, mama, for the road from Freeport to Raleigh. Oh, thank you, mama, for women and youth empowerment. Mama, thank you for improvement in the health sector. Hey, thank you, mama, for freedom of expression, fighting corruption, and ensuring transparency. So thank you, mama Ellen, thank you for everything you've done for this country. Can you run and get a bit on your mama will bring you? Hey, mama. Alright. Mama, thank you for fighting and beating Ebola. Thank you for bringing back our self-pride, mama. For your selflessness. For giving hope to the children. And giving voice to the women. Thank you for your sacrifices. We want to thank you as the mother of Africa. The children of Africa just want to say oh, ma, Nigeria is open for freedom of the press, mama. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises.
My name is Dear Boy, and this name is not a toy. Every child who hears it dances with joy. I've come to say to you crystal clear that I am a supporter of Senator Nyobli Kanga Lawrence's campaign. Now there's a need for you to be able to understand the song. Bosede, that's the title of the song, mean inheritance. So it says, Nyobli mo nyo bosede mean Nyobli is our inheritance. The life we live on earth. No matter what happens, look for your property.
Right. Was she in the it was can you give us a brief description? We are hearing it was on the 5th floor, it was on the 3rd floor, it was outside in the yard. Can you tell us where you found the body?
So from the responding officers, we were told that the body was found at the back of the compound. At the back of the compound, in the very back of the compound. That's where the body was discovered. All right.
So before you enter the compound, right. Mr. Carter, you should go through security, right?
Right.
Have you established that?
So that is one of the reasons why we wasted no time, but to ensure that we started speaking immediately with the security. There were those who were quibbling us. Why is it we're quibbling with, interrogating the security? Because the security were the first, persons of contact, that she encountered before entering into the compound. So it was important for us to, speak to the security to find out how did she enter the compound? Why did she enter the compound and all of that?
So the building have a CC camera or CCTV?
We have asked the management, as a matter of fact, to ensure that we can take a hold of, a camera, the building's camera. And so all of that will be used in our investigation as a way of, establishing, the facts of how she entered the compound, and for what purpose she entered the compound and all of that.
So, with the exception of the store, thank you, Dr. Abel. You're going to come in after this last question. With the exception of the store being a building material store, do we have residents in that building?
Exactly, we do have residents.
Okay, have you guys reached out to them?
And those residents yesterday were invited, and like I said, 10 persons, inclusive of the securities and the residents, were invited at the headquarters, and interrogation started with them yesterday.
How important it is upon discovering a body in the back of the Farage building material that you secure the scene, like they do here in America, put a yellow tape line, nobody come in, nobody get out. Talk to us about securing the crime scene, and why up to now you do not have access to the CCTV camera, knowing very well it can be tampered with.
So when the incident occurred, when our officers responded, the crime scene was constructed. And then we had officers that were deployed there at the crime scene to ensure that there was no interference or tampering with the crime scene. We had not, decided to entirely shut down the compound until yesterday, when that determination was made, late yesterday, of shutting down the compound. So as I speak to you, the compound is currently shut down while the investigation is continuing. On the aspect of the CCTV, like I said, the CCTV plays a very pivotal role, especially so the company being a very huge company, building construction company. The CCTV plays a very pivotal role in this investigation because what it will do is that it will help us in, having a view of the entry of the deceased, and not only the entry but her movement into the compound prior to her death. So our investigators are making every frantic efforts to ensure that we can take a hold of the CCTV and have a view of it, and ensure that it can form a part of our investigation.
So before we go to Mr. Abel and Kev Hassan will bring in that Momo A. Wherein if you receive the CCTV tape, maybe it's on a flash drive or something of that nature, and the time is not in sequence, you have lapses, what would be your own response to the building material store, knowing very well if you start at 12 o'clock, you end at 12, but now if you have lapses, the escaping in time, because it's very important. I'm fully concerned right now that because you guys didn't receive it immediately, maybe something going to happen. So worrying is in the tampering of those kind of evidence to you.
So when we receive the CCTV, and for example, like you talk about the inconsistency of time as expressed or as seen on the CCTV, for us, it will be of interest to us in the investigation. And it will further lead us to asking some very hard questions, to the management of Fawaz Building Company. But however, that we have not reached there, we are hopeful of ensuring that everything is going to work as expected.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kato. Kev Hassan, ask a question. I know you're going to bring in Dr. Abel Mumbo. Go ahead, Kev.
Okay, Dr. Momo, my co-panelist, Tony Judge, asked you a very, very important question. He asked you about motive, and you did not answer that. Can you answer that? What are the motives you guys suspecting that will, and that's my first question, because I do have a second question for you. Motive that will.
Where you coming from? My name is Betty Pine. I'm from Salo.
But where you living in Monrovia?
I live in 12th Street.
Okay. So what really happened?
That the people came and saw the men working in uniform. That he said people, they came and saw they take part from Oyi.
Just uniform?
Yeah.
The professional guard services?
Yeah.
Service?
Yeah.
What they have the office?
They said to Dubolo, but they will get people to 12th Street and now move from there. But say they came and saw them move.
Tell exactly, how it happened.
That one boy, me and my friend him, me and my son were friendly. Now you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now you see I get small job, steady where you. That time me and my son were working there. So they said they put them down. So he come for my son. He said, let's go to the nail. The next day down on the road to pay off. I said, hey, can't let them.
To pay them?
Yeah. Because the man wanted them one more in the yard.
In the net?
He did that. I said, how can they there? He said, oh, yeah, the man said it down on the road. So, yeah, my son. So I was there. I don't sorry if I go beyond there. I don't see them.
When I eat 12th Street or Dubai?
12th Street down.
Okay.
So I go beyond there. I don't see them. So I said, hey, at the boy, I lay down, so I wait for again. They say, "Oh, come back." I say, "Where my son?"
You need a bunny?
Yeah, really.
Very well.
I don't know you know.
Okay.
You know your last name.
Are your son a Daphne now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And he don't want to say they must go for the pay
Yeah.
to the office.
In the time, which I was there? Okay.
In the net. Okay.
So I say, "Where my son?" He say, "Oh, the boy working. You are leading to the working place. I come for something." I say, "But then he say, they put you down. You're not working." He say, "But the man say he must work tonight, so he must pay you tomorrow." I say, "All right, I go to pay man, Papa." All right.
So, like, where you look at here?
Soon I wake up, he the money. I don't see my son because he got count soon the money. I don't see my son. People say they body lay down. Me, I don't believe it.
Well, it's in 12 Street.
Yes, it's 20.
We got a 12 Street, particularly.
To the area down, that down there.
You buy a market?
Yeah, you can buy by the market.
Bring to the swamp.
Yeah, that is place there.
Okay.
So that a farmer. So
And when so?
it happened. They gave our wedding.
March 15.
Okay, March 15.
March 15.
Okay.
So I was there. I go look for my son. I don't see him.
So, same March 15, your son there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go there. I don't see my son. So the people say body. So my grandchild go there. So, "Oh, ma, that he will find you." I say, "I not tell me that thing." So I will plan all over. So Papa take the same boy where can he? So it
They say, but working to the hall at net to say, let's go take pay.
yeah.
The Papa Kashi.
Yeah. So they carry to politician. So one boy say, "Suna me and you will go." It's not the man of the other day. I say, "You will go there. You will say go there." I say, "But then that you wake up." I say, "The man to the working place." He said, he say, "You will go." So one boy come from there. The boss say, "Oh man, hear me here. I was there. The time you carry your son." I say, "I won't call you. I don't know you are. I wanted to come call you."
The bottle living in 12 Street?
Yeah. The boy, the people say they will kill the boy. They so the police kill the boy. The boy made statement to politician.
Why they say they won't kill the ball?
The boy say, "I know the boy here." The boy, he said the boy that road. The boy say, "No, the boy not road. The boy not road. The boy, I know you are your getting way now. You say that road. Nothing." So the boy say, "You lead the boy." That he run behind the boy, say, "You won't kill the boy too." So the boy go to the police, they statement.
Before your son died, your friend are living Nana. Your friend are asking to go for that pay.
Yeah.
You have no confusion for?
I don't know. They don't get nothing. That they be here. They take part from the ball. They take skin here. They take it tongue. They take it tongue. They take it from him. They be here. People saying they get them money. I hear everything.
So first of all,
But they be here. What time?
my son, when your son was living,
Yeah.
when you need to go out,
Yeah.
when you need to come home.
The boy was living all road here. The boy not living to me.
Okay.
The boy was living all road here more than 5 years.
Okay.
So he come from here, a friend go to the Ghana and then come now. I say the way you see the small job, to pay you way to go over there, stay here with me, and then they were feeling they able to go to Europe.
Okay.
Then you understand? So you're standing tied to me. Then you understand?
So you say the time anything happened,
Yeah.
the police will catch now person.
Yeah.
So the police will say get a now person.
Then lead the people, then lead the boy here, what I'm talking about, then get them money. So I go there. I say, let me tell you, your way for me. Why can't okay? Well on straight. They born them where you okay. You take trouble in my head. Any player go, my son go, but I will tell you, the boy came, my son, the small son.
So the time we were freeing the people now, what the police say?
The police people say, they free the people, lawyer stand for them. I say, me, I don't care lawyer, I go. So today, he go there. So they say, they want something to say what to go. So today he go there. He say tomorrow again. So me, I tell my daughter, I say, me, I don't believe in the court.
Which are the
the court?
station? The court.
So
Where they take the court first? The police station, what place?
that the central in central
Okay.
now.
On the bypass way.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way you're looking now, what you want to see happening now?
What I want, me, my son go. What I want, they call me. They never get a uniform. That kid on him right here.
Show the uniform again. Let's see.
Let's see the uniform again.
They men went from see my son that I never see the man. I never see you can go to people and get 2 more pay for labor. Then people say care to the people. Then you can run, go back.
Let's see.
Then,
Security. Professional gas service. So you said they had their office tomorrow.
yeah, that way.
You not go there before you know the
Yeah,
area?
I don't go there, but that way I hear the people say, I hear it.
Okay.
No secret, no how.
So it's a thing that happened again. But you get any lawyer maybe that will stand for you to.
I don't get lawyer. I don't get lawyer. I don't get one lawyer.
So, Oma, me ask you, yeah?
Yeah.
The time they they grab the 9 people
Yeah.
from 12th Street, they carry them to the police station.
Yeah.
You say they free them? When they were free them, they told you that they were free them?
That Baka one, I don't know, they two, then they care Baka. He's there now. I don't know he's there, he's not there. Because I go there that day, lawyer was talking. I will free you, brother. You do a day to the other man. I said that the way you're doing, that is your comment not straight. Your way I said that my son still your thing to get local candy selling your way. You're not getting forever. But I want, I get what's happening. People pay me.
So for your family side, only you can talk about this, or you get other maybe your younger, that is your older son or your.
Now we have one son again. I get 4 games, 1 ball. But okay.
Sorry, brother, is that now?
Yeah. Then you get 1 son.
So, Oma, the time they free the people, what did the police tell you to the police station when you ask for the people?
I said, where you free the people for?
What they say?
Where you free the people? They want to say the people you get from 30 days, they're supposed to free before they can't go. Me, I don't understand that. I do that, mama. I say, me, I don't get money to pay anybody here. That way I say, you for the lawyer, I say, I don't get money to pay you. My son died. Then you want money from me. I don't get money to pay nobody. But I want people to know for the rabbi for me. Then not straight. You be going there, he said that the play going, he say, yeah. He say, oh, you will get justice. Then that true, no justice.
Only police person that cares enough, that, I mean, who cares enough people there?
Yeah, now when you want to say the money, you call me.
So you know what the police officer?
I know, play one, no one read the quote when they hear the document, when the statement, when the people made. They may say the statement law, somebody steal it.
Which statement now?
The people who were there the time they were killing the bomb. They say the statement.
Those are testify.
He said law, but the people still they bought the.
So that when they steal the statement to the police station?
That way the police may say, but he said he was facing something there today.
You were facing some of the document on there?
Mama, they country.
And so if people to the country, I will know. The boy.
Yeah.
And I say he was there.
Yeah.
They thought it would kill your son.
Yeah.
What the boy?
The boy there.
We can't
They can't to the statement. Then one boy there. But I can't.
So you say he was right there when you
Yeah, the boy said he was there. He told him. He said, I know the boy, yeah, boy, he don't know my all.
But what he was doing when you say he was there, what they were at? What they were doing? Oh, no, what they were doing?
He said, they get the ball from that his friend play. So the ball was calling his friend. He there 4 o'clock. That's how I go away like that. Then they were
Showing the money.
To the money. So the boss said, the boy, yeah, I know him. But I don't know him. I won't go call him man. But the boy don't know my all. But he know my son.
I thought they were beating your son.
They get beating his son. That time they call him now. Take it friend from you.
So they say you roll? They say you are roll?
They said that the boy they roll. But the people say, where can you see where they go? The boss said, the boy not said, so if the boy that roll, where can you get a turn and they see?
So now they say your son had done that or roll.
Yeah.
What they were saying? What is true?
No, now the people where they care, they say that I'm there. Everybody when they can say that I'm me. So one man there, he say, I see you. Back I see you. One pastor was in the room. He said, boy, outside, he said, you lead the boy here. The boy don't do nothing. Pastor said, yeah, the man was talking. Before the man need to the politician. No, one man too before he need, but me, I just forget he need.
So, Oma, since March 15 now, what about of your son?
My friend and brother Francis, how you doing?
Yes, my brother, man, I'm doing okay, man. I'm so happy that the state of mind is strong and continue to be strong in the midst of other challenges. But You know, I also want to say plenty thank you to our followers, those that support or those that don't support us. So, but the situation in Liberia, it is becoming pervasive, and I think there's a need to take a radical approach. If we just sit there and talk and we don't do, probably we're not going to get there. But for the most part, my God is treating me well, and North Dakota is okay to be. That's what I got to say, brother. Back to you.
And as for me, you know, as I continue to say that Liberia is a place where it's not a country. Liberia now have become a place instead of a country. Because a country is a place where people get justice. A country is a place where the rule of law will be prevailed. A country is a place where in the peasants, the better boss children get free and fair justice. But Liberia today, only you that have money, you can be able to get justice. So that the country has become a place instead of a country. So that is the reason why. You listen to that other woman that was just talking some March 15.
Yeah, JJ Robert birthday.
Some March 15, they accuse. Look, our police need to be dissolved, and so we can be able to train new police officers. So the police arrested all the people that were involved, and later on free all of them.
Maybe there was no probable cause to keep them.
Okay. So the guy that came to come call the boy from his house. The guy that came to come call the boy to tell him our boss was waiting for us.
Yeah, to go take pay.
What happened to that one too? There was no probable cause?
Yeah. AB, let me be honest with you on the basis of my experience. When it comes to law enforcement, it is easy to arrest. When it comes to going to court to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt, that's a different ballgame. And in most democratic countries, the police in fact arrests on probable cause. That's it. Whether that's true or not true, just probable cause. So there's another thing again. If the police does not have sufficient information and sufficient reason, or not even the police, the prosecution does not have sufficient reason to process you through court, they can only keep you for 48 hours under the law. Most countries, including the United States, 48 hours. Even putting the people in jail for 30 days, that was and without processing it through the court for 30 days or little over 30 days, that was abuse of power. I am not supporting illegal death. I'm not supporting that. But I'm just using my experience on the basis of law.
I understand.
On the basis of law. So now, let me just conclude on this. If John Brown went to Paul's house and called Paul, and that John Brown co-worker with Paul, our government will go take pill, and they're owing them already 1 month or 2. In the night, you know already that's a red flag. It's already a red flag. Nobody will be taking pay in the night. But that is Liberia. It's another country, right? So you just think about that. Nobody's supposed to take pay in the night, even though Liberia is the way it is. I don't take pay in the night. Maybe I get paid early in the morning because it comes through direct deposit. But if somebody, if your co-worker come to you here, AB in America, and say, AB, let's go take pay in the night. You know already, it's not even going to work. It's just real. But let's be honest, AB, let's be honest. One of the key things that United Nations recommended was to elect or select the police director or inspector general of the Liberian National Police outside of the political environment, which is the presidency. Madam Sally and the late Judy Bryant, chairperson of our transitional government, the last transitional government, they all refuse. They refuse. And knowing what we know, sometimes I don't want to put 100% blame on the police. My brother, how much do they pay the police officer in Liberia? $75. The last time I asked somebody that what they told me, $75 US equivalent, $75. When you change that money in Liberia today, probably it's around $12,000-$15,000 liberty. How much for Becca rice? The pusawa we eat here right now in Liberia is $65. So let's say they're not going to eat that. They're not going to buy pusawa. They're going to buy the Chinese rice. How much for that right now? It's going to be $17. Right now, as we speak, it's around $20. 25 kg. That's not 100 kg. 25 kg. How much do they pay the police officer that risks their lives every single day? How much do they pay them? So let's forget about the issue of logistics too. They don't even have it. My brother, the simplest thing we should be talking about is how can the police vehicles have 911 rating on it, but 911 system doesn't exist in Liberia? I challenge them. They get 911 rating on their vehicles, but they call 911 where they will work in Liberia. And now, yeah, you made mistake where it will work. They will say come. Even when you hit the wrong button, you go to 911. Police coming, whether you get issue or not, they're coming. But they're not in Liberia, bro. It doesn't work. Police don't even have a logistics. They don't even have the necessary equipment for them to do their job. Look at the police uniform, for example. First impression. Who want to join the police? We don't even have enough men and women in the police force. Government said he ain't got money. But George Weah has a private jet parking that he spent over $150,000 on. Probably every 2-3 months or less. Okay? We bring in we get $100,000 to EULA in America. And we probably send them $300,000 every year from Liberian People budget. So how can we protect people when we don't really care? The institution that's supposed to protect the people, they don't have the logistics. We don't even pay them better. And we don't even pay them on time. Even the army right now, as I am told, the AFL is not taking pay on time. They owe them over 3 months already. The government of Liberia already owing AFL over 3 months already. I'm talking about the ordinary people. So the issue of impunity is a problem. The issue of no accountability on the part of the government is a problem. So our issues, like every day, is just compounding. Issues upon issues upon issues. We have not learned anything from our past as a country, as a nation, as a people, and as a government. How can people just be called and they are killed? Similar thing happened to Princess, right?
Oh, okay.
Similar thing happened to Princess. Princess took out a cell phone call and she went there, she didn't come back. And the building she went to, they said, no foul play, according to the police. This other call here, that in-person call, but let go take pay. They put go take pay, the human be saying come back. Then you talking about the pay? AB, for God heaven's sake, I live in Grand Folks. Grand Folks is just little over 55,000 human beings. Okay? They got 3 police group here in Grand Folks. They got the city police, that is Grand Folks City Police, the city. They got UND police, UND is University of North Dakota. They got their own police that patrol their campus, the perimeters of their campus. Then they got the sheriff department, that's the county police. 3 police group. Every turn you make on a major street, you will find one of their cars. So you're going to commit crime. You know you ain't going to commit crime because they are right next to you. Even when you're driving, you just look in your view mirror a few miles away, you will see police car behind you. They're not really following you, but they're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. These guys are armed to their teeth. They're not playing. They get the support, the salary. They get the necessary logistics. They get the necessary support. When are we going to be okay? Just a few seconds. Water is calling me. Let me just mute and you can continue from there, please.
All right. Go ahead. Francis, you're making a lot of brilliant points, but hey, this government said that they was coming to prepare the mess. That Madame Salif created the mess. That they were coming to come clean the mess that Madame Salif created. How come that the police and the army have not taken pay for 3 good months? You now asking why? It's because there is no investor coming into the country. The CTN company that was just created, just book off company, checking in Freetown, in Sierra. That company, Mother Bio took over. They were able to boot that company out of their systems. But for us, we Liberians, we are our own problems. We are our own problems. Sometimes it does not bother me when I see Josh Mann, we are treating our Liberian people just like this. It does not bother me sometimes. Because we sat on the platform, we were able to inform the Liberian people that this guy is a criminal, that this guy is a being. The man was elected as senator. The man could not afford to buy his own car for him to go to work. He had to use every Melvin Snow car. This criminal have to use Eddie Melvin Snow car. This man was coming to the Senate. The man declared that he had 20,000. And that guy, the Liberian people said, you noble, you not noble, I will vote for you. You noble, and you not noble, I will vote for you. Yeah, it is now. That's why when you're walking on Broad Street, they're going jumping in your trouser pocket. Oh yes. The hard time that is in our country, I don't think it is in any surrounding African countries. Look at Princess Death. Princess Death, just go. Nothing gonna come from out of it. Nothing gonna come from out of it. Jaha, the other children that died, nothing came from out of that death. That Jaha princess have died, nothing coming from out of it. So for me, I like to take my time to address issues. This woman son got message. You know how many people died in our country day by day? You know how many people die? The election is coming. The election is coming. So watch out. Watch out. We are not sitting down here like some of you guys are saying, you're not get a job. if me and Francis can be able to tell you the job that we're doing, If me and Francis Tune can come here to boast on the kind of job that we're doing here in the U.S., we have offices. We have offices to our jobs, and we are well respected. But we don't find pleasures in explaining about that. What we are more concerned about, it is the Liberian people, it's the well-being of our comrades, our compeers. Francis, back to you.
Just to let our audience know, we will be hosting Mr. Walter Cooper, the CEO of MMM Shipping and Forwarding, with headquarters in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. He will be appearing on our show this morning at 8:15, hopefully, to tell us the business perspective dealing with the United States government and also the Liberian government. Walter is a very respectable Liberian American businessman in the Minnesota area, and he picks up used cars, barrels, boxes, anything you want to ship, including rice, in the entire Midwest. He manages his own fleet and reasonable number of Liberians working along with him, and he pays them every 2 weeks like traditional companies in America. So we have been talking with him behind the scene so that he can appear on our show to give some of us that are trying to do business, to give us his own perspectives in terms of small business establishment, strategies, challenges, and other things that we need to do that will make us better people in terms of business. Dealing with Liberia, somehow, if you want to do continental or maybe 2-country kind of business like what he's doing, and you only want to do your story right here, your business right here, Walter will be ready to tell us how he got to where he is. He's been doing it, according to him, for over 10 years. He got that. He also operates a restaurant just today. He's supposed to actually be on the show by 8 o'clock, but he just told me now he will be opening another restaurant today in Minnesota area. So he also has the biggest dealership in Liberia that you cannot even compare with some of the Lebanese boys dealership in Liberia. I'm talking about car dealership. So we want to promote our own. And for me and my host, Mr. Kamara, we appreciate people who are successful, especially in our community, in the midst of everything. So I just wanted to let that out. He promised that he will be making his picture available, but he's driving right now because they will be opening another restaurant today in Minnesota. And after that, he's going to be joining us to give us a small overview of his success. So go back to advocacies. Folks, we want you to call in this morning. For those of you who are watching right now, I'm very positive you're able to see the topic under consideration this morning. It is basically to tell us what's on your mind. What you think we can talk about today that will make our government to be a better government in terms of governance? What are some of the strategies that we in America and outside of Liberia, other part of the world, can do to make Liberia a better place, to hold our government feet to the fire? There are too many issues. Our airport does not have a light. Airplane going, they can't land, they got to turn around. I don't know whether these airlines that are involved will start to give government of Liberia ultimatum, or they will tell them only come here when there's a daylight. We don't know. But my experience and many people's
Cora, you have to
experience is
lower your receiver. You have to lower your receiver.
most airplanes leaving the west, they usually route during the night. So if the government of Liberia will be telling them that we're not able to get light here and we want you to come in the day, I don't know how that's going to work.
Okay.
But all what we are saying is we need to do better.
We have a
for
caller
our
here.
country to be attractive. All right, AB, go ahead with the caller.
Caller, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Thank you. Salam alaikum to you and friends there in the studio. This is Pastor Mo. I'm driving on my way to work on my weekend and listening to you guys' discussion. And the topic is what's on my mind. I got two things that I want to talk about this morning. One is our criminal justice system. You see, the reason why there is lack of prosecution and lack of arrest in Liberia, there is two things involved. One of the contributing factors to those things that are involved in Liberia, the people that are committing the acts, they are part of the hierarchy in the government. That's one. The people that are committing the act of violence, the crimes in Liberia, they are part of the government. And the reason why they are not arrested, I believe, the director of police, he do selective assignment who to go to arrest and how cases should come at the police station. The next one here is other people that are being killed by ordinary citizens. Is lack of crime scene management. What do I mean by crime scene management? Lack. The approach is not everybody, not every police officer can approach a crime scene. Not every police officer did general policing on the Liberian National Police Training Academy. But you have officer that is trained in crime scene management. They got intelligent officer. So the way the police approach the crime scene, the way the police manage the crime scene, is set the foundation for perpetrator to be arrested. It set the foundation for perpetrator to go free. And if you look at every murder cases, most of the murder cases in Liberia, they have one pattern. They have one pattern. And all of those murder cases is similar. When you do criminal justice, it tells you this. It tells you that for every crime that is committed, there is a trace. The crime that is committed, it leads you to the perpetrator. The crime that is committed, the person that committed the crime, they left something on the scene to leave a trace. They are not so professional to destroy evidence. That is why you see in America that we live in, when criminals go into people's places and they commit crime, sometimes they use glove. Sometimes they use their glove to wipe off their print. Beside the print, there is something else that is left on the crime scene. So then I accept a question. With all of these murders, the three missing boys, the orator, Odell Shemon, Princess Cooper, this other person, Van Butu, Yeswa, Terry Brown, that other journalist that was killed. All of those murders that went in Liberia, who have been arrested? No one. All of those rapes that have taken place, do they protect the victim? They don't. They expose the victim. So at the end of the day, the state is losing, just paying people just to wear uniform, paying people to do jobs that they are unable to do. Then the next one is that it's like Princess Cooper case. have ended like any other this death cases in Liberia. If you observe, since the president of the Republic of Liberia spoke and said, I will pay for the autopsy, it died. It died. The reason why it died, I'll tell you this. These people, their plan is blood should continue to spill on the soil of Liberia when they go to election to win power. The government that is in power, the government that the Liberian people were elected, and say God gave us this there.
What are coming to you?
Yes, we are Christian. When you read the book of Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14, the Bible says, let us observe this, keep God's commandment and do his will. For every sin, whether it be secret or not secret, let it be judged. But Liberia is the only country that sin go unpunished.
Thank you.
Liberia is the only country that we look at wickedness and we call it good, and we call good wickedness.
Thank you.
Until we can go to the ballot box and we change. And Francis, there's something that I want you to discuss, and I want you guys to check it out. This.
What are coming to you?
But I'm not surprised that the president cannot be prosecuted after they leave power. Article 61 of our Constitution. Our laws need to be repealed. Our laws need to be amended. Our Constitution need to be looked at. There is a need, because that is why these people come in power. They accumulate a lot of wealth because the law protected them. And who wrote that law? Samuel Doe put that law there to protect him and his kingsmen. And today that law is still on the book, and we still playing blind eye. Check up Article 61 of our Constitution. Check it up. The president shall not be investigated after he or she leave office, but they can only be investigated for crime they committed before they got into office. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Okay. Connor, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Moma, calling from Minnesota, brother.
Go ahead.
First I want to say good morning to your co-host, and good morning to your brother.
I'm not Sekou. I'm not Sekou.
Oh,
we are not Sekou. I am Abraham, and
Abraham,
he is Francis.
Yes, sorry, Abraham. Brethren, I listened to your preferred caller. Sometimes, brethren, when some of the caller call for the sake of our country, sometimes it's good to somehow can make some of our brother when they call to give them the real fact. I listened to the brother say some of the murder. For me, I against innocent people dying. But I listened to our brother say some of the murder are going like Europe. No one has been held accountable for it. That's false. He talked about Tyler Brown or the general that was killed. Someone going to jail. The things what incident took place. The man who did it killed him currently, he in jail. They did a judgment in bombing and he was found guilty, he in jail. So that is the fact. He said Princess, our sister Princess Cooper that passed away, send the president said that they going to do the second autopsy, and he reached the family saying they have been their case. That's false. The family I gave them 2 pathologists me, and all the government is waiting now for the pathologists to present their document. Then they can do final check if they are of pathology or they are now of pathology. Because it happened in the Udell Shamo case when Rockefeller left and he said he was a pathologist, only to get to know that he was not a pathologist. So that's how far our sister Princess case is. We all can criticize what is going in our country, but sometimes when we are speaking, don't speak with fact. Our brother said people who like he talk about Article 68 that when the president is in power, when the president leaves, cannot be judged as false. On our law, they said the president cannot be held accountable when you are in power for the action
that they made,
but not based on corruption. Like, for example, when the president is in power, maybe the president driving and saying, look, your boss AB Tile, Abraham Tile, every decision he made in office, doing his duty, but not they say he must go steal someone, he must go steal a country money and pay a duplex and maybe support his girlfriend or do other things. He say a person cannot be held accountable for. After he leave power, he can be held accountable for it. This only when he is in power, performing his duty. Even in America, it happens.
Yeah, when you are in power, when the president is in power, he cannot be. Yeah.
Let me just clarify that. I got the Constitution here with me. Let us read from the book.
When he is in office, he cannot be held accountable for it. But it don't mean that when he go outside his scope, let's see the American people money, go pay duplex, go buy private jet, he cannot be held accountable.
Okay.
So
thank you.
I think as a Liberian, we can criticize, but sometimes when we speak with fact.
Thank you. Francis, back to you. You say wanted to read the article.
Yeah, I just want to lay that Article 61 to bed because it's super clear. I'm not a lawyer, but at least I can read. All right, let's just do it. 1986 Constitution, this is it. So, under Article 61, the president shall be immune from any suit, actions, or proceeding, judicial or otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other actions on account of any act done by him while president of Liberia, pursuant to any provisions of this Constitution or any other laws of the Republic. The president shall not, however, listen to that conjunction, however, be immune from prosecution upon removal from office for the commission of any criminal act done while president. Yeah, that's 61. So we already done with that. The Constitution says when you're president, you're okay because you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. Nobody can arrest you. When we vote you out, then you can be held accountable for criminal act. Under 62, Article 62, the president and the vice president may be removed from office by impeachment for treason, bribery, and other felonies, violations of the Constitution, or gross misconduct. You know, there is actually a violation of the Constitution by George Weah, but you know, we have not done this before in our recent political history. For example, the Constitution called for a county who, when any region in Liberia become a county, that county deserves 2 senators, right? The county deserves 2 senators by law. We have Lofa County underrepresented for over a year. I know somebody going to argue there's nothing in the Constitution that the president should appoint somebody, but here in America they do. The governor can appoint. Just so the state constitution is not violated. We don't have that in our Constitution. But what did we do? The person that will own should stay on. Another day for another discussion. So the other issue on my mind, send the people not calling.
No, I have Pastor Moore here. I have Pastor Moore here on the line.
Oh, okay. Pastor Moore call back. Okay.
Pastor Moore, go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Pastor Moore, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, this is Pastor Moore here. You know, thank God Francis read the Constitution. Thank God he have a copy of the Constitution. The copy, the Constitution clearly spelled it out. While the president is in power.
Yeah.
Yes. Whether he steal, any crime that is committed by him or her in power, even if we vote them out through the regular time of our constitutional national voting time, they can still not be prosecuted. The only time they can be prosecuted, except they are impinged through the legislative power, then they can be held for account for everything that they done while they were in power. That was the Constitution saying. So, Brother Francis need to read that Constitution again. It clearly spells they cannot be held for anything.
No.
When you go there, it says except.
I disagree with you.
When they
No, Pastor Mo, you are not understanding our Constitution. Our Constitution never said that. Our Constitution never said that when the president removed from office, when the president is voted out, when he carried out any criminal activity while he was president, he can be prosecuted for that.
Great topic. Thank you. Let me learn now. When you listen to Lafayette Gould this morning on Costa Show, after they set up the committee to retrieve all property that was stolen during Ellington, why Ellen did not go to the court to testify in Brandon Samuka case? Because of the Constitution. The Constitution gave her that power.
No,
the court for me.
No, we're not doing something for you.
I'm not going to argue on this. Bring a legal practitioner. Bring a legal practitioner. Let them explain it to you. That is the problem in our Constitution. That is why the people who ascend into presidency, they hide behind that clause.
No,
they hide behind that clause.
The clause
that is
very
why
clear.
Ellen never went to court.
No, because the court never subpoenaed Ellen.
No, it is because it is in the Constitution.
No,
that she cannot be investigated for action. You know why?
No, it is not. That is. You are misquoting our Constitution.
No, I'm not misquoting
our Constitution.
Let us read the Constitution with understanding. Let us read it with understanding. And the only way we can understand the Constitution is we call on a counselor to interpret that law. Or else you, myself, and other people will just come on here, we argue and we'll hurt our head. That is why Ellen is still walking scot-free.
Okay, all right.
That is why. So that law needs to be amended.
No, that law needs to be amended. That law needs to be stayed just how it is.
Thank you, Brad.
Okay. Yeah, Francis.
I don't know why Pastor Mo agree on the constitutional provision. One thing a lot of people made mistake with AB about this law business, the court in many countries serve as a neutral body between and among party litigants. Okay? So the court is not going to be in the business and has never been in the business of going out there in the community to prosecute people. People got to take people. Other citizens got to take people to court. Do we have any case on the docket by either government of Liberia or group of citizens of Liberia or any citizen of Liberia that had taken Madam Sadi to court on allegation of criminal mischief while she was serving as president? No! Even the case of Brandon Samuka, according to behind-the-scene media report, Brandon Samuka will allow for Madam Sally to testify on his behalf. But Madam Sally refused. And the next thing was to subpoena her. And according to them, Brandon Samuka legal team said, no, that witness is a hostile witness. if we ask the court to subpoena her, she could come and further damage the case. And it is true. It could happen. Subpoena is a last resort within the legal framework. When somebody is not ready to do something voluntarily, then you force them to come do it. That could damage the other side of the team.
We get another caller here.
Yeah, AB, let me just conclude on this. I don't know how Pastor Mo understand this phrase.
Hold on.
All right, good.
Just a few seconds, please. Few seconds, please, my brother. I beg you. I don't know how he understand this thing yet. Immunity is free. You're not responsible. Okay? But then there is a conjunction right there at the bottom. I said the president shall not, however,
am I still holding up?
Shall not, however, be immune from prosecution upon removal from office for the commission of any criminal act. Any criminal act done while president. What's the argument about? What the legal man coming to tell us?
Kora, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
I beg you.
Yes, this is Thomas calling from Virginia. I ain't going to talk about any other thing much today, but there will be something based on asset declaration. So we're talking about, let's say, for example, the president, George Weah, came into power with an assets, combined assets, property, cash, maybe $200,000. In 6 months' time, he got property that valued more than $5 million. So does the Constitution still protect him because he president? Because before he became president, he had 200,000. 6 months after becoming president,
I think we need to invite Honorable Jerome Verdeya for him to come.
Because it's kind of confusing. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. I mean, we can't allow those people to come and steal the country worth, and then they just wash scot-free. Innocent people like us, if we do so, we'll be beyond bar. So there should be some clarification with assets declaration as to when they got, before they got into power, how much they had, 6 months after power, how much they got. That's my concern. Thank you guys so much for the show this morning.
Yeah. Francis, it's like it's like our guest is not appearing, so.
Okay, he is kind of almost ready. I'm sending him the link right now.
Okay. For me,
he sent his picture. I'm going to forward to you right now.
But he is appearing. You saying
okay, so we don't need his picture, right?
Yeah, we don't need his pictures.
Okay, all right. I sent him the link already.
Let's take another caller here. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Judah from Virginia. Yeah, I got a quick question to ask because they walk here with scot-free. I think it's very killing Liberia. So are you guys saying that when we are leave power, he cannot be investigated for?
No, that's not what me and my co-hosts are saying. We are saying that when we are leave from power, he can be in fact jailed for the massive corruptions because the Constitution make it clear.
Yeah, but if I got my other question, all the people that kill people in Liberia, they say they were in power. Do you think people talking about the justice system? How the justice system going to work if you have people who kill people, 250,000 people, they control the power? Okay. You expect justice to be fair in Liberia?
Okay.
Are you guys serious?
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
You are right, my brother. You are right.
We have our guest here. Mr. Wifa or Mr. Water?
Yes, I mean, you call my name, I will sue you though. Yeah, if you want, I will sue you.
Mr. Water, you need to adjust yourself a little bit. Okay, yeah, you are good. Okay. How you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Yeah, we are doing much better here. I heard a whole lot of good things about you and your business.
Okay.
So tell us, who is Mr. Waters?
A very simple Liberian. that tries to put Liberia somewhere up there in the business world. Are you hear me?
Yeah, you are alive. You are alive,
Okay.
and our
Yeah, like
audience
I
are
said,
getting you.
I'm a very simple Liberian and proud Liberian and doing my best to put Liberia to where it needs to be seen one day in the business world.
Okay, let's just dive into the question because I guess that we don't have much time. Let's just dive into the questions. Francis, I will allow you for you to go first.
Mr. Cooper, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, Francis, and you?
I'm doing fabulous, but I'm very excited this morning to have you join us so that our audience can hear from you. I know Mr. Cooper didn't do too much, or let me say, but let me do it. Let me do a little bit that I know of him, okay? Because I've been to his shop. So Mr. Cooper is on the show.
No, you've been to my office, not to my shop.
Yeah, thank you very much to your office.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I've been there and I felt very much impressed. Let me be honest with you guys on a serious note. Mr. Cooper is a very straightforward man. If you are in the Midwest, you want to send anything to Liberia, deal with Mr. Cooper. He is the CEO of MMM Shipping and Forwarding, a very unique business, started from scratch, and he found himself where he found himself. So we decided to host Mr. Cooper this morning. We actually been in conversation with him, especially me behind the scenes, so that he can come and give us small information about business establishment in America, dealing with the government, dealing with government, like, depending how you want to do your business. When it comes to challenges, all the hard time inside, all the good thing, and all that stuff. So, Mr. Cooper, we do this too for our country and, trying to approach it differently. And so we are happy to have you here this morning. So we would like for you to tell us just a little bit, if you don't mind, what strategy can we use as Liberians, immigrants in America, to get ourselves better in the business world? And what are the challenges and the success that in it if we're able to move forward?
Oh, okay, Francis, thank you. I know we've been on this conversation for a while, trying to get me here. First and foremost, I run my business on 3 principles. First and foremost, God first. Okay, and then of course I live in America, so the American principle. And then I'm a indigenous Liberian. Then I keep the Liberian side of the business. Believe me or not, every morning we enter here, we pray. Then we keep the American side, keeping the business very firm and strictly, as most Americans say, it's only business. This is business. And then we keep the Liberian side that we're noisy. where these people that just a little bit different. So when my customers enter here, because I'm being heavily supported by Liberia, okay, and that one I will give it out to the Liberian people. Wherever you have seen me today, it's Liberians that have brought me this far. Okay, because like I said again, there are different branches of M&M. There is the restaurant, there is a trucking business, and there is before the shipping and then the freight forwarding. So we do have a couple of points that we go to, but fairness as much as possible. And you dealt with me, Francis. When I say the principle is after 30 days, you will pay that 20% interest. You will pay. Okay, that's firm. The fair play is when I'm doing business with you, I'm doing business. Now I will have Liberians come to me quite a bit and say, we all Liberians. Yes, we are all Liberians. But at this point, we're doing business. And I will keep it at that point. So it's being fair and not, actually pushing back because of who's in front of you. Okay? And not letting our old system get in the way of a new system. Okay, so those are the ways that we do it now. I know one of the things that a lot of people ask, how did you get this far? And it's technically by being very firm. The part B to your question about, doing business in the US and, excuse me, and Liberia. US, the resources are here. The mechanisms are here. They're easy to get to. There's more money spent here because, you came here, we do have a business and not a habit. So we have basically up to a number of employees that they clock in, they clock out, they pay taxes, all of that side. And sometimes we see the benefit of, having a business here. Then you go to Liberia. There are challenges, but it works. And it's going to be very unfair to Liberia if I compare them 100% with the process in America. Okay, I hear a lot of stories from Freeport. A lot of the stories are individual stories. From the business point of view, I will tell you one thing. If you pay the taxes you're supposed to pay to the Liberian government, your container will come up. I don't like to go past that because sometimes people misinterpret it. Okay, I don't like to go past that too much. But I've done business in Liberia for what? Almost 17, 18 years going. Never had a container stuck in Freeport before. And one of the reasons, again, like I say, I'm a business. So when people hire me to deliver things to their family, what I go through, what I don't go through technically is not the business. I'm supposed to end my side of the bargain by delivering it. The frustrating thing sometimes we get in Liberia, and I hope, people in government and stuff hear this part, because I got this part from listening to challenges. Listening to Francis telling me, "My man, you need to answer your phone." But Francis, you didn't leave me a message. Leave me a message, I will return it. So you have a container in Liberia. You get a message. APN terminal system down. LRA system down. This system down. My brother, and like I said, I hope this one gets out there. Banks close at 2 o'clock at night. Not much you can do if you're running a business and you have that kind of window. It's a very tight window. So when the system is down, the government too should understand that it wasn't caused by us. I have how much we want to pay. The system is not allowing us. And I understand it's computer. So maybe they can up those systems so that it's treated a little bit different. Because the more the wheel turns, the better the economy is going to be. So those are just the very few challenges. But my brother, it works. So Francis, did I answer your question?
Very well.
Mr. Water,
My man, it needs simple. Why you keep fighting with it?
The problem that I have, comparing Liberians, because I know that a lot of our brothers that were involved into the shipping business have gone out of it because, quote unquote, they said that the government is so expensive. They are claiming everything up. Can you emphatically tell us the truth. What is it that it is so difficult? Because currently, if you're sending container in Guinea, you will pay less than sending container into Liberia.
Okay. And like I say, I try to remain a businessman as much as possible. I will tell you this though. I don't know nobody in government in Liberia. I will tell you that one plain blank. Nobody in Liberia, in the Liberian government can raise their hand and say, I know Mr. Cooper. I just do business in Liberia. Again, even the challenge that I face here, okay, and this is a sensitive question, and I hope that everybody's listening and not just taking it and just in life. I don't take all the bad and take it bad. Sometimes I look at the situation that I'm in. Like I said, I'm a business. Prices goes up all the time. Just recently, we noticed on most of our custom declaration that prices went up. Now, I face the same problem here, though. We most of us Liberians, not just Liberian immigrants that I deal with, prices for African business should never go up. Never. Just how you form that business, if you started with $5, you remain at $5. Okay? So when I even increase price, for some time I will lose customer because remember, I'm not supposed to. But every other businesses in America, the prices are going up every day. Every day. The oil that I sent to Liberia just months ago, the oil was $19. Now we're buying it $40 in America. So when prices go up here and there, yes, there is a number, okay, a magical number in sending containers to Liberia. And people miss that number a lot of the time. And if you ask most Liberians, give me an overhead of what a 40-foot container costs. And I bet you a good portion will answer that question. Now, I deal with, we don't just ship stuff to Liberia, we also freight forward containers to other countries in the world, Guinea, Ghana, and stuff like that. And when I deal with most of the people, I get to find out that Liberia has one of the cheapest freight charges in Liberia, the world, in West Africa to be exact. I've sent containers from people in Ghana. When I listen to their stories, okay, it's completely different. Okay, I think one of the things that hit most Liberians is that the purchasing power. So when they come on the free port, the purchasing power in the country is low. Okay, I have a car lot in Liberia. For example, the money that I paid to clear, I think that container had like 2020 Toyota 4Runners in it. Okay, the taxes that were paid on that can barely allow me to sell those cars in Liberia. Okay, now you cannot sell a 2020 4Runner in Liberia after clearing it from the port and buying it for less than $55,000. But everybody in Liberia wants to buy that car for $35,000. So these are some of the the challenges that we have. But in short, to be honest with you, with most of the freights that I've seen from most of the West African countries, Liberia has one of the lowest.
So when it comes to the CTN, what is the essence of the CTN? Because the CTN was in Sierra Leone. The Sierra Leonean government, the making Madabiokin, he get rid of it. He said that the CTN they don't need it into that country. The leader that are operating that CTN went to Liberia, struck a deal with Josh Wanawia, boom. The next thing that will look the CTN. What is the essence of the CTN?
I want to ask that same question. I don't know. To be honest with you, I wish it wasn't there. Because and I wish the government would actually tell people what the essence of it. I don't know what the essence of it. I don't know what essence it had to end of the shipment. When you have how you might call it, you have the CTN, then you have BVAC,
Biva.
which they later changed to Medtech Scientific, and then custom. You know, those now when you come to those little charges, is where myself get confused. Yeah, I'm not too confused with the tariffs, those little things like CTM. I really don't know. To be honest with you, I wish I would answer that question. But maybe the Liberian government can explain that one better to us.
And then you have how many businesses do you have in the United States? Are you willing to tell us how many businesses you have? How do you operate those businesses?
Yeah, we have trucking business. Is AC, TNT, transport station services. We have a restaurant. We're on our way to opening the second one. We retail things. We have some other businesses also. Basically, in America, we probably operate 5 businesses. And in Liberia, we have a store and a warehouse in New Georgia, St. Michael. We have one on US Drive that is our old as a business, almost 20 years. We have another store to the ELW market area. We have a car dealership on the back pass. So we're giving our best, to the community. Like I say, I want to see, not me, because God has blessed me, okay? But to see a different movement when it comes to Liberia and business, and just to put us up there, because we have come far. And again, like I said, my success in every way comes from the Liberian community. Yes.
I mean, that's all my question that I have. Except now we'll turn the pendulum to Francis, and then from then we'll go to our callers.
So, Mr. Cooper, I don't really have many questions for you because I already know what's going on there. I met with you at your office and we chatted a little bit. But this is what I want to say. If you were to send out a recommendation to the government of Liberia, knowing how we do things here in America, I know we don't need to compare because America is so sophisticated and more powerful than most countries around the world. But I'm just speaking in terms of business environment. What are some of the recommendations to improve and to fast track business in Liberia, especially Liberians in America or outside of Liberia want to get involved with business in Liberia? What could be that recommendation? And the simple reason for this question is because our political leaders has incentive. They come to the United States and other part of the world, they use family member and they get duty-free. And there is no economic benefit on the people. They don't give nothing to the government in terms of taxes. And we pay taxes. Why the government is not giving us some incentive as a business people to follow the economy? What could be your recommendation if we were to go to that?
Okay, man, that was like, okay. One thing, with us and even, to government, I've come this far, not all the listening to criticism. I get it a lot, even though some of us abuse it, but every step that I go, or every step that I take it from listening to people. Not everything that I hear, I want to hear it, but I will listen to it. Okay? I wish sometime for the record is there, okay, that the Liberian government can look at, the record, the LRA can look at some of the record and say, hey, this guy is doing well. He's sending continuously, a very stable business. What are some of the challenges that you're facing? What are some of the things you do? Because, like you say, we come here, we see things, okay? I've become a better person, a better businessman today listening to the criticism from the Liberian people. Not just them, but for the customers that I deal with. So I hope and pray that the Liberian government, will reach out, get, some idea in there, we who are doing business legally and giving them, paying our taxes and not invading any of them, to give us some incentive so that we can be able to freely give back to the community as much as possible. I do, okay, but I want to do more. And if I have some breaks, I will. If I'm treated a little different, I will. Okay, all my employees are Liberians, both here and Liberia. So I'm giving back in every way possible. So that is just one of the things that they will reach out to some of these businesses. Okay, you are doing business this long. What are some of the challenges you're facing? To the Liberians that want to do business, I'm a business. I will give you a time that I'm going to ship, and I'm going to ship at that time. Because how can you know? You can track my shipment. Now, if you leave me and go to the guy that is, also doing it as a side thing, that guy should be honest, say, hey, I'm going to ship this container. But if it's not full, I'm not going to ship it. Because truthfully, the guy is not going to ship an empty container. So it's just that balance of being, fair. And like I said, fair and truthful. There is not much anybody can do. Once for us, once we ship a container, we give you a tracking number. So you can always at any time know where the container is. So I don't know if I answer your question the way you wanted me to answer it, but that's the best that I know to answer it for now.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
All right,
so,
Mr.
Amy, can you open the line to our callers?
Yeah.
Maybe some people want to ask questions.
You can be able to call on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call to be able to ask our guests the questions that you best deserve.
I have some customers here, so I'll probably be on for another 3-4 minutes.
Okay. All right. Anyway, we are not getting a caller, but Francis, you have any caller there?
No caller here. Maybe we can just ask our guest to give his closing statement saying our customers.
Yeah.
Don't want to hold him too long.
Yeah, that is true. We have Pastor Moya calling. Pastor Moya, how you doing?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Pastor Moya, yes.
First, let me congratulate Mr. Walter Cooper. Mr. Walter Cooper, I thank God for you and the challenges, but I have a question for you. Let me say publicly, I myself trying to engage in a business, and I would like to know what have been your challenges in starting your business and going forward, and what have motivated you to continue to go forward and expand your business. I just want to know that little secret, sir. Thank you, sir, and congratulations again.
And thank you. First and almost, like I follow. Are you based in the U.S.?
Yeah, he based in the U.S.
Okay. There is resources out there. Whatever business that you want to start. Like for me, if you are in Minnesota, go to the Secretary of State office. There is resources there. I don't know, since the COVID, I haven't been there for a while, whether you would talk to someone, but there is resources there. There are books there. And I tell people, don't just jump into starting it right away. Do those researches, okay? Do some math. Is it going to make sense? Okay. Once you get it started, and sometimes I tell people, put your foot in the water first and see what it's going to do. Then you take the second step. Okay. But if you have a pretty good idea, my brother, start it right. To do a business is easy. To succeed is hard. But when you get on that track, the rest will be history.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Mr. Waters, give out your pattern statement. We could love for you to spend more time, but because of engagement with other items that you have, I mean, we cannot keep you here for so long. I mean, so you can be able to give out your pattern statement.
Okay, so again, thank you for giving me the chance to really get out here and I get this little bit out. I do have a couple of Liberians that I am mentoring business, that I am actually provide funds, goods and stuff that I've been doing for the past couple of years. I do talk to people about business. I probably give you the first 10-15 minutes free. After that, I will charge you. So when you pay for these things, you take it serious. When you get it too free, you don't take it serious. But doing business in Liberia is hard. It's really hard. But it can work. I haven't been to Liberia since 2009, and I have all the businesses there. So our mechanism is working. You have someone in Liberia that you put in business, pay them. Don't let them tell you, say, my man, when the money, I'll find you small thing. Get rid of that small thing. Pay them. When they mess up, fire them. Okay? And that's some of the problem that we have. We recycle. Sometimes we just need to make that change and hold on to that change. So I thank you guys again. And I gotta be out. My money waiting for me outside.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kubo, for appearing today. We really appreciate you a whole lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah, he's already up, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were sending comment, but I actually posted a number. Just so you know, if you want to reach out to M&M Shipping and Forwarding, Mr. Cooper is the CEO, and I'm giving you guys direct number, okay? Because he pick up his call. If he doesn't pick up, leave you a message. I guarantee you, he will call you back, okay? His number is 763. Let me go slow. 763 957 0839. 763 957 0839. Don't worry, I guarantee you, because myself, I'm working on my business small. And you can hear, right? Let me do my own commercial right now, okay? Let me do my own commercial. Like Walter said, if you already know what you're supposed to know in terms of business resources, get it started. The success is next. If you do not know what you want to do, but you get small idea, use your Secretary of State office. And it is true. It is true. Because I'm involved now, I'm getting all my resources coming to my doorstep, including Department of Labor poster that I need to post in my apartment. And many people don't know this. In America, majority of the big corporations we have here in America, they started somewhere. Some of them started in the apartment just like us now. Some of them started in the garage, like the Apple that we all got today started in the garage by Steve Jobs. Facebook, Twitter, and you name it. JCPenney, Walmart, all these big corporations. When you start to succeed, then you can get out there and get an office. But the government does not compel anybody to get out there because you started. You can start in your kitchen, and it is legal, just so you know. So again, Kangoba Multi-Services Consulting. You heard what Walter said, right? 10 minutes to 15 minutes is free. Anything more than that, you got to pay. Some of you that call me, we're talking 1 hour, are wasting money. 10-15 minutes is free. Free consultation. I think I got to follow my big brother advice. And past that one now, you got to pay money. You got to pay. So, immigration paperwork, affidavit of support, filing for your parents, your children, your husband or your wife, fiancé visa, and all that small thing, including life insurance. Call us on 267-648-8012. That's a WhatsApp number. You can also call me on that number regular. Our business number, regular day in, day out, 701-330-4693. 701-330-4693. If your family member want a DV and you don't know where to start in terms of sending affidavit for them or sponsorship, let us know. We'll help you out. We'll get it done for you. Based on professional manner. Now can't help me. No, not doing that. No. All right, AB. So that our advocacies and everything we're doing, we want to showcase our own people.
Okay.
Yeah. See, and he gets me there, yeah, man. Me and no mona, who's a final play, yo. Me and no mona, who's a champ.
That will let to leave you all. We'll be here tomorrow. Or if and only if there's a training issues, we'll be here tomorrow. Or else, see you Monday when we see you.
See you when we see you.
Who's a final play, yo.